Here with my final Breaking Bad Season 2 episode review video as I've reached the season finale. Before I get into that, though, pretty important. If you aren't caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Breaking Bad, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This is Breaking Bad Season 2, Episode 13, the Season 2 finale. The title of this episode is called ABQ, short for Albuquerque. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we get more of our scenes that happened in the future of people in hazmat suits at the White residence, and of course Walt's windows in his vehicle are cracked, and there are a couple of dead bodies that they're putting into body bags. And then we have Jesse giving Jane chest compressions. It doesn't help. Jane is dead, unfortunately. And then while holding Holly, Walt gets a call and asks what happened. Everything is going to be okay, I promise. Walt says sit tight. He knows who to call. Better call Saul. Mike Ehrmantraut pulls up to Jesse's apartment. Mike being one of my favorite characters on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And he tells Jesse Saul Goodman sent him. And Mike cleans up all the drugs and the drug paraphernalia around Jesse and Jane's bed, or Jesse's bed that Jane's sleeping in. And Mike says, here's your story. I woke up, I found her, that's all I know. I woke up, I found her, that's all I know. This is very important. I woke up, I found her, that's all I know. And then Mike tells Jesse to put on a long sleeve shirt to cover up the track marks on his arm. And then we have Walter Jr., or I should say Walt, calling for Jr., and Skyler says he's Flynn now. So he's going by I think that's his middle name, Flynn. Jr. shows them they're at $490 on the site that he created that people have donated to. Walt pretends to be happy, but he's really not. He doesn't want any handouts, and of course Saul Goodman has it set where they're getting more money than they really ever would, of random people all over the world donating money. And we have Don Margolis is on the way to Jane's. He arrives to see an ambulance, and then he watches men put Jane into a body bag in Jesse's bedroom. And of course, he looks devastated, but he's kind of holding it together, surprisingly enough. He answers some questions about Jane, like her birthday and stuff like that. And then we go back to Junior and Skyler are watching the money get donated to the website. Like, money's coming in left and right, and they're celebrating every donation. Hank at the DEA is raising money for Walt, and he talks about Combo, how he had the blue meth on him. And then at the dinner table, Skyler and Junior are tracking the website earnings on a laptop. So to further frustrate Walt, they're doing this. Now, Mike takes Walt to the crack house that Jesse's apparently went to, as he's devastated, he's broken. Jesse knows that to relieve him of his problems and his stress, he uses, and that helps. And then when Walt finds Jesse, Jesse cries in Walt's arms. And Jesse says to Walt that he killed her, and Walt tells Jesse he didn't kill anybody. Donald Margolis goes into Jane's apartment. He's looking for a yellow dress. He's on the phone with Jane's mom. And Walt's changing Holly's diaper, and he can hear the bell from the donations. It's really annoying him. And Walt tells him, Walter Jr., that the noise is disturbing the baby, or your sister. Junior is going to be in the newspaper, as Marie knows a contact there. Merkett, who is Hank's boss, is introducing Hank to the people underwriting this year's fun run. Gus from Los Porros Hermanos is one of the three individuals. Gus actually puts money into the donation box for Walt as well, and he kind of asks some questions to Hank about Walt. And then Walt has taken Jesse to a rehab center and says he won't be back for a while due to his upcoming surgery. And Jesse says he deserves this. Marie has her friend from the news at the White residence, and instead of the paper, they're doing a news story in addition to that. And it, of course, doesn't make Walter White or Walt happy. And Junior thinks he's raised over $6,000 thus far. Of course, he doesn't realize where it's actually coming from. It's surgery time for Walter White. Walt hugs Skyler and Walter Jr., and Skyler says, "We'll be here when you wake up." And then Skyler asks, where's your cell phone? And Walt responds with, "Which one?" Walt, you were so good, but you fucked up that. And then the surgery happens, and they take a big chunk out. And now some time has passed. I don't exactly know how long, a month, a couple weeks. And Walt's pain level is actually very low. That's what he tells the doctor. And the doctor says that Walt's bought himself some real time. He can ease into his normal routine now. Go back to work in a few weeks. Donald Margolis has returned to work. He tells Stu, one of his co-workers, at a certain point, time off doesn't help. And we find that Donald Margolis is an air traffic controller. Skyler wants Walt to pack his things and leave. And Walt asks, what did he do now? And Skyler mentions him saying which one for the cell phone question right before surgery. And Walt's like, I was drugged up. I don't know what I was saying. And Skyler says he accidentally told the truth. Wow, tooth. She thinks he accidentally told the truth. And Skyler says she asks if he had an affair with Gretchen. She was thinking about that. And she also told she said she talked to Gretchen then. And she told Skyler that Walt didn't accept any of their money. And then Skyler checked with the hospital, and they're all paid up, minus the surgery. And she also called his mother, and Walt's mother told Skyler she didn't even know he had cancer. Lies on top of lies on top of lies. Could you just once tell me the truth without denying it? And Walt asks if he tells her the truth, will you stay? If you stay, I'll tell you everything. And then Skyler drives away. And then we have Donald Margolis causing two planes to crash into each other because he said the name Jane. Now, I don't know if that was a code word for one of their things or he just accidentally said Jane, but it brought back all the trauma and all that. And that's what happens to Walt's neighborhood as stuff crashes into the White residence pool. And Walt's actually sitting outside, kind of pondering his next move while this happens. And then the episode and the season end with Walt seeing the stuffed animal in the pool that came from one of the planes. So I'm going to score this episode an 8.9 out of 10. Our characters, male-wise, Walt, female-wise, Skyler, excellent performances. Really good season of Breaking Bad, and it just gets even better and better. It's an amazing show. I really liked it. It sucks that they killed Jane off, but I guess because she threatened Walt, she had to die. So let me know you've heard all my thoughts. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, which I hope you are, make sure that you Hulk smash that like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Breaking Bad ABQ. What would you rate it? Who would be your characters of the episode? And any other comments that you'd like to leave. And then last, but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel. You are watching the video anyway. Join the team. Show your damn support and be a part of someone special. And JDev will return.